Good morning, everybody. Kathy Hawk here. I, this is a special morning for me because today I'm going to get back in the river with you, within your flow pattern, and help you use a map uh, that I designed to help you get where you're going. Let me tell you a little bit about that. So as a coach, when coaching was an early profession, I realized that my clients were moving forward. They just were. And of course we all are. But sometimes they didn't know where they were going. And they would often say, I wish I had a map. I wish I had a map. Then in my mind came the image of a river, a flow pattern that could be a really attractive, easy to use map that all of you could use. And I want to talk about you getting started on that process today. And I'll show you a picture of the map. It's on my wall. They're all over my studio, my home, our clients' homes. They come you can get them on our website in a really handy small version. And it's this river that we're talking about. This is a flow pattern. And when people ask me for a map, and I really meditated on it, like what could I, as a tool maker, as a coach, what could I do that would help people? And that's when the idea of the river came, and people have loved it. It's almost, it's almost 25 years old now. And you can get them on our website, getclarity.com. No worries, they're easy to get, easy to mail out. But what I wanted to do was take you around my office on the closer look at the map. And you can see that it's not a straight line and that there's twists and turns. And before you get to the part of a flow pattern where you can safely guide yourself forward on the ground, and you see that there with the clarity person. And so how do we get to that place? How do we navigate all this twists and turns and not drown? And one of my favorite images that we worked on was the clarity person, where they kick out of that eddy that they were stuck in here, and they're just like, oh wow, I've been here before. This is familiar. This is a familiar pattern. Whoops, I am repeating myself. I am going to ask myself now, what is the lesson and how can I go forward? And that lesson learned, they're just happy. They're congratulating themselves. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. So let me put my camera back. There we go. So, whenever you go on a journey, when people ask me about that map, and the river image came, I thought to myself, we were living on a river in the Pacific Northwest. Then when we were moved for 15 years, we were in Colorado. We were headquartered there in the middle of the country. That was a great place for people to river raft on the Colorado. And then the fact that we had a river map, a flow pattern, became so clear to me about how important it was for you, for you to know, to have guidance on it. Because, you wouldn't be silly enough to go to the Colorado River, blow up a raft and just put it in the river and push off and just say, well, I sure don't know what's ahead, but I'm just going to go, drift off. Well, you wouldn't do that. That's so silly. And when I say it out loud, it's like, wow, is that how so many people go into creating the rest of their life that way? And the truth is they do. And that's why people ask for a map. And that's why we have the map over there. That's so easy for you. So I promised today that I would work with you on the part of the map. We've gotten through we started dreaming. There we go. We were over here we had started dreaming. This, cameras do stuff backwards. We'd started dreaming. We had cast off, and we had gotten to the rough part of the river. We did that last week, where you had to really look at yourself about where am I doubting? Do I doubt myself? Do I trust myself? What's the opposite of doubt? How can I make my choices out of vision? We're always at choice points. How do we do that? Well, where we on the river here is we are in this place, where this nice big curve in the river that says rapid discovery, rapid recovery. And that's where you say to yourself, oh, here I am in the now. What am I going to do to get myself to the next place in my journey that creates flow and where I've got my energy? And that's where you begin to take a look at familiar patterns. What are the ones you don't need anymore? What is the same old way you used to do things? How can you be innovative and creative and look at the world for all possibilities? And that's what happens in this next flow pattern of the river, because the fun part of that, as you get going, is you will see the river gets to another big bend where you're looking at life through the lens of present time. You're not going into your past and saying like, well, I used to do it that way. Or you could say, when I did things that way, I learned some things. So I'm going to make a column called What I Learned that I want to, some of it I want to take forward and some of it I want to leave behind. And that's where the flow pattern gets faster, because it's really exciting. You start to make these discernments about what's important and what's not, and what you want to hang on to. And, in this time of COVID, we've all learned to take a look at what it is that we no longer need to do. What were we doing that was distracting us? And we're really getting focused. And that's where I want you to get started. Again, tomorrow, we're going to be launching a new version, an updated version of the Get Clarity Code. And it is absolutely wonderful. I invented it for you guys so that you'd have a map. And it's near and dear to my heart to know that all of you who are journeyers, who are thought leaders, who are questers, who are on a journey to find out what's next in your life that is of meaning and purpose, that you have this map. So, and it's in the code. When we filmed it with all of the explanations of each spot on the river. And it's just my favorite thing that I've done for all of you is to help you get started on your journey. So do click below and get that Get Clarity Code tomorrow when we put its new version out there for you. So enjoy the rest of your day. You are in flow, for sure. It might seem like you're stuck, but you're not. Be in flow, get started now, and really enjoy the flow, your life, the flow of your life. And I'd love to hear from you. Many of you, hello, everybody out there. You've been so wonderful about listening and giving me your feedback, and I so appreciate it. So you're the best. I'm going to close now. So have a best rest. There we go.